left and who the passenger was in the car when they left at that time. Could they have switched? Could they have switched seats? Sure they could have. They had 20 minutes to do so. Was it Paul behind the wheel?
Watch when he says they're gone for 6 minutes now.
Like I said, the show was winding down, and they were parking cars in the garage, and when they decided to take the Porsche out for a run.
How many laps did they do, do you know?
Well, they were only gone for 5 to 6 minutes, so probably one.
The smell you smell right now, is that what it was last night? Was it just the burning fuel?
Yes. Yes. And when I came up to see what was going on myself is when you saw the tar. There's nothing anybody can do. The car is in pieces. As you see the window behind me, the starter went through the window. There's some pieces of the car up on top of the building still. I'd like to know how they lost control of the car because they're both experienced drivers. This is a straightaway, so it's just. I'm not a private investigator or anything. I'm a good friend of theirs, and I'm fighting for them because there's too much speculation about them drag racing, and that did not happen. There's also rumors about them taking kids for joyrides in that car. That did not happen. There was nobody burning out when they left the event.
Okay, you just heard him say that he's a good friend of theirs. Okay, remember that.
I hope everything out of this tragedy that good will still follow because I know that's what Paul would want. I didn't know Paul personally other than meeting him yesterday. He was a great guy from the time that we laughed and stuff, but I think his organization needs to go further. I know Paul tried to keep this low-key. He didn't want the media involved in all this, and it was a success. Everything we did yesterday was a success.
Okay, so he just told you that he didn't know Paul. He just met him yesterday. Okay? This guy is a paid actor.
Later finding out that it was Paul Walker's girlfriend because I stayed behind to look for Roger's son because I knew he was driving around and I didn't know if he had saw the fire or not, or he was one of the guys that ran towards the fire not knowing it was his dad. We're crying. Some of Roger's and Paul's closest friends came up. They couldn't get, past the barricade. They were praying on the streets. All of us were praying. And we went into prayer. I called my son. I said, Brandon, he was right in front of me. I said, hey, get a fire extinguisher, get up the street. He goes, why? I said, I think Paul Walker and Roger were in a bad car accident. He goes, what makes you think that? And I said, look at the smoke. He's got a fire extinguisher, took off, came up here. He was one of three to start putting the fire out. A&E, the employees, they said, oh, don't worry about the fire. It's the special effects behind us. They do that all the time because they do. They blow things up and it's always smoke. It's hard to say because I was trying to talk to him with compassion, knowing in my heart that I know that they got in a bad car accident. I went up to Eric, one of Paul's friends in Newt, and I said, guys, I know they're in a car accident. Will you please take off? My friend in the Ferrari says, Jim, I'll go up and I'll look. When he took off, Eric took off in his car. Newt was in it. They came up here. They saw the car was smoking. They started putting the fire extinguishers on it because they saw small flames. Newt was trying to get Paul Walker out of his car, his best friend, before the car blew up. When the car engulfed in flames, the police department was fighting with Newt, one of Paul Walker's friends, to get him out. Newt, of course, wanted to die with his friend. He didn't want his friend to burn to death. Well, they put him in, they detained him and put him in the back seat because they didn't want another,